All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here in Sylvania, Georgia, and I just don't think if you're still in Bacon County you can get there from here. We came through the woods, saw some pretty sunsets and lots of chicken barns and cotton fields and all kinds of pretty scenery getting here. I hope that the drive home is just as exciting.
More so.
I have Brent Johnson here with me. As our usual Rev, Travis Peavy wasn't able to make it tonight, had a wedding. But we have an excited bunch. I think we have just as many as we brought last week. We have a good crowd. 12th man is alive and well here in Sylvania, Georgia. And I'm not going to fuss at you if you didn't make this drive. I'd probably say you could be with some of the smarter folks we've met this year. It was a good drive, but I hope that we have a good game plan and put it all together tonight here. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is what we've done all the effort for. This is why we've started this whole year.
This is the playoffs. That's plain and simple. This is the first round of the GHSA AA State Championship playoffs. This is one of 5 games that all these 62 or so teams set out in AA to get to just try to get to this game. We know that all other AA games were played last night. The bracket is set except for this one small event tonight that we've been excited for all week. There's a lot of excitement last Monday night. Lance, tell us about how that unfolded.
Man, I'm telling you, as we started off the evening, it didn't start off too well for us. We lost the coin flip and the tie break, and we ended up playing in the second game. But luckily, we had completed a beautiful pass to Greg Wright for the go-ahead score there in overtime, as it were. So it was just a thrilling night. But needless to say, our Red Raiders pulled it out, and that's why we're here tonight.
You got to love technology, Lance. I've got a good buddy right here just sent me a text, and I was FaceTiming with him about 30 minutes ago. He is halfway around the world. I don't know if I can – let me see. Yep, I can tell him where he's at. He put it in the text. We have Mr. Shane Bennett, who is a part of played such a huge role in our football program and in our school system and our community. He is serving our country proudly and courageously in Kuwait with the mighty 13th in Kuwait. And I'm not sure how many he's got there with him. He said, I told all the team this afternoon that Mr. Shane and a pile of folks was going to be watching them from halfway around the world. And so we want to give a shout out there to Shane. Monday night was pretty intense. We were just talking a moment ago. I mean, that's something that won't ever be on the record books. There's no wins, no loss, no yardage. Nothing counts there except just for us to qualify here in the state playoffs. Unfortunately, 3 teams showed up, 2 pressed on, and now we have the opportunity to be here as the 4th seed representing 2 AA, playing the 3 AA number 1 seed, Screven County. Their sole loss came through Appling County, 3A school, a team that was defeated by Pierce County that we give them all they wanted. They won on the scoreboard, and we literally fumbled the game away, and that's part of the game. We understand that. We feel like we're here for a reason. We deserve to be here. Our kids have worked hard. And, folks, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back in just a moment to observe a moment of silence and the national anthem. All right, we are back. Wonderful job done by the Screven band. You can probably still hear them in the background.
Yeah, they have it going on here. This doesn't look like a double-A school. We counted them up. It took me about 5 minutes there, Brent, but they have 79 ball players, and then they come out. They break up into different sections there, and they've got the defensive backs in their area and the linebackers in their area, and they've just got coaches with every one of them. And so this is a machine that we're coming in here facing tonight. No doubt we're the underdog, the number 4 seed, but I'm telling you, we're coming in here with attitude. We're coming in here with want to, and we know they have a running back that has rushed for nearly 1,400 yards. And as I'm looking at him out there on the field warming up, he looks like he's got Christmas hams all the way down his thighs. He is a big individual. Looks like Michael Turner from the Atlanta Falcons is exactly who he looks like. He's got that body size, that body built, and they call Turner the burner. I don't know. I hope this guy doesn't have much speed, because if he has speed as well, it's going to be a long night for us tonight.
Well, he is pretty agile. I've got to look at a little bit of the film from a couple games. He's a rambling wreck. I mean, he has very good balance for a big man, and coming up out of that backfield, and he means business when he comes out of there. That's one of the mainstays of this team's offense. He has over 1,400 yards of offense and like 32 touchdowns. Average is like 6-7 yards a carry.
Yeah, 7.5 yards a carry. So this guy's a load.
He's he's a guy that weighs nearly about 280 pounds, and most of the guys trying to tackle him weigh about 100 pounds less than him. And if you can't shoestring or tackle him high, you have to go way low and wrap him up.
And we're gonna hope that we're ahead come fourth quarter time, because I promise you, we don't want to be in the situation where we watch this guy, taking handoffs in the fourth quarter, just wearing us out at 6 and 7, 8 yards a clip.
Well, we have the ability. We've seen it all season. We truly believe that there's no team who played has really stopped our offense. Badea did the best job, I think, the second half when we played them. But we sputtered a bit with penalties and with some costly turnovers that have slowed our offense down. But Matt Thrift has done a wonderful job running our this option offense. And just to mention something you touched on a while ago, they have a bunch of football players, a bunch of band members. I'm just wondering, taking a guess here. We are a high school that barely made the AA level. I got a feeling this high school is on the verge of being a AAA, for the simple reason that just a short time ago, 6-8 years ago, they were a AAA school. As a matter of fact, in 2002, I believe it was, they won the AAA state championship here in Screven County. So they got a lot of pride here. They have some tradition, and they're playing on this. They've struggled the last couple of years, but they've come upon something here that they're kind of riding this train that they got right here, and they feel like they're sort of back where they used to be.
And he is a locomotive. Were you talking about the running back or just the whole team?
Whole team.
Okay. They are the Gamecocks here tonight, and so it's the Screven County Gamecocks. They have a statue down here in the left on the way to the hot dog stand that I tend to visit from time to time.
That's right.
And I thumped that sucker in the beak, so we're going to see how this thing works out here tonight. I hope I didn't make him mad.
I've heard that he cock-a-doodle-doos every time they score a touchdown.
Yeah, I look forward to hearing that. Not. And so anyway, we come in to this contest. I've talked a lot of smack to a lot of my buddies and friends and things, and I really believe in this football team. We have the athletes, we have the coaching to make some special things happen, but unless we can play mistake-free football here tonight and not have these nights where we show up and we turn the ball over 4 and 5 times and do crazy things, we can't expect to come out of here with a victory if we play that kind of ball.
That's right. That's important to say. I mean, we felt like all season long, if we show up and play good, we're gonna make mistakes. Everybody does it, and just play fundamental football. Then we got a chance with anybody. The average margin of victory other teams have had is about 6.5 points, we feel like we can be competitive. And man, that's all we've asked for these last couple of years as Coach Johns has come in and reinvented our program with his weight program and all the other off-season activities and workouts that they do. It's really remarkable from where we were a few years ago to where we are now.
Well, we just we believe in our football team so much that when we see them stump their toe a little bit, we get a little bit upset and frustrated. No doubt they're kids, but we have got to put it together here tonight in Screven County. These Gamecocks are going to bring their A game. You can just tell you don't win number one in any region, in spite of the fact that our other three teams in our region have taken their victories already.
They have.
And so we've got to finish it up here to hold true to keep our region alive, if you will, in this tournament is basically what you can call it. It's win or go home, and this is what it's all about.
Yeah, Coach Johns was in the locker room earlier before the boys took the field for warm-ups, and he told them, hey, seniors, I can't tell you anything else. This is, every game's your last game, and he really stressed that. In the locker room, he mentioned, you just said the other teams in our region, Benedictine, McIntosh Academy, and Videa took care of business last night, and two of those coaches either text or called Coach Johns yesterday and this morning, wishing him good luck tonight as we represent Region 2AA. So, we might fight each other tooth and nail throughout the season, but we're going to pull for each other until we possibly meet again later on in the bracket. So.
Well, and everybody all year that we've come in contact with, Brent, and I know we're dealing with the media, and let me drop you a line here, boy. This is a lot of work that it takes to make this presentation or whatever you want to call it for people to be able to see this online. It takes sponsors like Cohen's of Alma and Southeastern Propane and Flash Foods. Number one, we appreciate them. It takes sponsors to make it happen, but then I don't think people realize the work it takes to come in and the hours ahead of time it takes to show up. There's been ball games I get there an hour early, and I say an hour, okay, maybe 30, 45 minutes early, and I'm late. You know what I mean? And so it takes a lot of effort. What a great thing that Bacon County has going on. I know there are plenty of other counties around us that don't have anything like this.
Well, we're very proud of this, and I guess I can speak for it. I was a part of getting something like this here at the school, but without the support of our superintendent, Phil Murphy, and our principal, Ms. Teresa Sermons, and others, and our athletic director and head football coach, Bobby Johns, we would not be able to do something like this. I do teach broadcast video production at our high school. And our kids are getting a lot of hands-on experience, not only with this, but in the classroom, and not just football. What we do, we're really trying to expand to all the sports and other activities that are associated with Bacon County High School. And I think we're continuing to put something together that we can be very proud of, especially for a small rural high school in South Georgia. But Play On Sports gave us this opportunity a couple years ago, and we've grabbed a hold of it and held on to the reins, and they've given us the ability to provide, as we mentioned earlier, Shane Bennett, person who's halfway around the world serving our country. He's sitting around with some of his buddies, going to be watching our game here shortly. And I've got a really good friend of mine out over in Moultrie, Georgia, Coach Matt Key. Went to school with him. I know he's watching this game tonight, and I got a feeling there's hundreds, if not hopefully a couple thousand folks around the state that's interested in watching this. I think there's 3 ball games being played tonight. We're the only AA school. So shout out to Region 2AA if y'all are watching and listening and supporting us tonight, and all of you, our Raider Nation folks that could not make the trip. This is why we're here. This is why I do this. If there's one person, if it's just Shane Bennett or anybody else sitting at home that cannot make it, this is why we're here. And so thank one of our administrators. Thank our board members for giving us this opportunity to be able to be here and do these types of things.
Well, and these kids love it as well. These kids love it. Gives it you can be a small town or you can come from a small place, but you don't need to be small-minded, and you don't need to think small. And, we can still do big things, and that's why we're in the playoffs here tonight, looking for Bacon County's first state playoff victory. We stand just as good a chance as we ever had against this football team. Make no mistakes, as you're looking at Big 48 walk across the field there, the task ahead of us is big, but we have a motto that we've gone by all year. As you can see it across the field, find a way. And this football team has found a way all year long. They have fought and scratched and clawed, if you will, to use some Gamecock lingo there, and they have made it happen. They have put themselves in this position, and it's win or go home, as we said. I am excited about football here on Saturday night. It's like bonus coverage,
Absolutely.
if you will, here in Sylvania, Georgia. 3 minutes until kickoff, and we are about to see both teams take the field. and get it on here in Sylvania, Georgia, just north of Statesboro.
All right, we're going to take a short break. We're going to let's take a peek here at the coin toss. And they choose to receive, or either we deferred, and we will kick. So Bacon County is going to kick off to start this game. Our Red Raiders will receive in the second half. Fellows there are shaking hands. We're going to take a short break, and once again, we want to remember our pregame sponsors and postgame sponsors, Cohen's of Alma, Southeast Propane, and Flash Foods, and we'll be back in just a moment. And here come our Red Raiders, I think. We're going to get a little smoky smoke.
And here come the Red Raiders, and I tell you what, Brent, it is exciting to see this football team take the field each and every week. But this week, this is where we're going to see what we're made of. I would love for us to drive home 2.5 hours tonight with a victory for our Red Raiders.
I tell you what, it'll make the trip a whole lot easier. I promise you that. You know, we got a team here that's 9-1, the number 1 seed. They expect to win. I mean, why wouldn't you? We're a team that's 6-4, who's a 4 seed. But if you really dissect it, Lance, like we have, and you know, and you see that the schedules that we've played, they've played, and how it all settles out, you know, we could have easily been a 1-2 seed. And so they've, whether they know it or not, I hope that we play like it. I know we are. I hope we play like we're a formidable opponent. And, you know, and we just have a chance to hopefully do something special tonight.
They mix their offensive set is to mix a few passes in each game, probably a handful, 5 or 10 passes at the most a game, and they're going to run Big 48 at us all night long. And that's what we're going to have to that's who we're going to have to stop. That's what we're going to have to stop here tonight. And this first series will set the tone for what the night's going to be. You're about to see it here, folks, as Bacon County set to kick it off. T.J. Wiley taking his stance. He's fixing to kick it deep. And these dogs are about to hunt.
All right, the ref gives a signal. Right about.
It is a nice football stadium here as we're in a beautiful press box high above. It's kind of moving with the wind a little bit, but we're here and we're ready as we set for the officials to.
Waiting on the clock to zero out here. There we go.
To get the clock set and get it going. I saw old White Hat down there stretching and going. It's a cold, windy night, a little bit of wind, but it is a little bit chilly here tonight in Sylvania.
All right, here we go, folks. We're going to kick off the first round of the state playoffs for your Bacon County Red Raiders.
We probably have 3/4 of people that they have here on the home side.
I wouldn't doubt it.
In the stands, great group of folks here that have made the trip up here to support their Red Raiders. Just goes to say all year long they've supported them.
Clock operator's just having a little bit of trouble there. We've got 2 minutes on the clock. We need a 1 there on the front. There we go. Crowd cheers. The clock man got it right. And here we go, folks. T.J. Wiley, number 1 for your Red Raiders, is about to kick it off.
He's wearing number 7 tonight. It is picked up, and he is stuck at the 40-yard line. He is lit up, and that's Richard Crawford. And if you're going to run up in there, big guy, you want to stay away from number 11, I promise you.
I promise you that. He kind of got caught on his heels because he saw Richard and kind of stopped and was going to try to cut, but it was too late. He decleated him right there on the 40-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Gamecocks here as they run number 4 in late.
Now we got big 48 in the I formation, the tailback. And we have a quarterback.
And he keeps it, and he goes out to the left, and he is brought down by Ronnie Peterson.
And
he cut a hole. He made a nice move there.
No disrespect to the Gamecocks, but Ronnie's going to strut like a chicken out there once in a while, okay?
It doesn't matter if they're winning, we're winning, whoever's winning. It's game time in Ronnie Peterson's mind. Great play there. It was only after a 9-yard pickup, though. Second down and a short 1, and I would just imagine we'll see see who we've been looking for here on this play.
Position here, and it's tight. No wide receivers.
And he is hit again. He picks up the first down as they cross midfield.
That's okay. We're laying the wood to these guys. They got about 2 yards there. T.J. Wiley came in and blew that up on the outside, forced him in just like he's coached to do. And the linebackers clean up the mess.
If we've done one thing well, and that is hit the fullback in the mouth on those kind of plays to turn it in. And that's what we did. We hit him in the mouth. I think it might have wound up somewhere about at the top of that number 4, though. I don't know if we got him all the way in the mouth. Here is number 48. We're fixing to see. He finally gets the ball, and he lumbers and jumps forward for about 1.5 yards.
Dwan Merritt trips him up in the backfield. He leans forward, lumbers forward there.
You know, I heard a tale that this guy hasn't been caught in the backfield all year long, that he hasn't been tackled for loss.
I hadn't heard that, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Well, you can see here just how he even fell forward on that. We hit him 1 yard deep, and he got 2.5, 3 yards on the play. So second down, and we'll call it a long 8. They're going to put it in the gut of the running back there. I think I can't see the number who it was.
Is their typical tailback, 24. Let's see if that's who it is when he stands up.
Yeah, it was number 2, I think.
Number 2 this time, that's right.
Minimal gain. It's going to be 3rd down and 6 now, as the Raiders have held strong on these 2 plays. I don't know that, we haven't seen much from this team, of course, but I don't know that they've had very many 3rd and longs probably this year. He's back to pass, and it's a screen pass set up. One man misses, another man misses, and he's out the gate, and he's going to go in for the score. It's going to be a touchdown, and that is number 17 for them, Tevin Sneed. We almost got him on 3 different occasions there. We almost batted the pass down, but a whole bunch of almost equals to a touchdown.
Well, that's a very good screen, very good call by their coach, a good screen pass there, and nearly tackled a couple times there, but sometimes if we had a replay, we might could tell you where one of our fellas had a missed assignment or whatever. But what we saw was a heck of a call by the.
Well, 17 was shifty. He made our guy miss there. We had a linebacker in position to get him, and he just made that one guy miss and then broke it out wide. Showed some nice speed as well. They're not the number 1 seed in this region for no reason, and we didn't expect to just come in here and trounce. So we knew it was going to be a battle getting in and getting on this thing. So it's 9 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the first quarter. It only took about 2.5 minutes, and the Gamecocks have struck. I didn't hear a rooster crow.
I didn't
hear anything.
I didn't either.
I might have been in depression watching them celebrate.
That's right. I want to, first and foremost, we want to thank C. Bennett and Johnson. Mr. David Johnson out of Alma and Bacon County there, who provides insurance coverage for our citizens of Alma, Bacon County, and surrounding counties. I want to thank him for being a title sponsor of tonight's football game and each and every football game this past season. I want to thank David has a heart and soul for these young men and women at Bacon County High School, and he puts his money where his mouth is, and we appreciate everything he does for us.
Well, this Jeremy Johnson, this big running back, he evidently is going to do it all as he's set to kick it away here. He only lines up. He gets about 2 yards deep and then kicks it. We're going to field it, have 2 guys. Devontae O'Neal comes down with it, and he's going to be tackled at the 23-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10. We'll call it the 22. 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders at the 22-yard line. That's not a bad little pooch kick, basically. Just kicks it up high in the air, makes it land on about the 20.
Yeah,
Their coverage is there.
Coach said before the game, he said, boys, he said, we're trying to feel this team out just like you said earlier. We don't know a whole lot about this team. You can watch them on film, but you don't know how fast they are, how physical they are, how good they are until you get on the field with them. And Coach said, hey, it may take – we might go down and score 7 points first off. They may go down and score 7, but you weather the storm until you figure out what's going on.
Oh, yeah, there's a full 4 quarters of football here to play, and they know it's not over. We get a nice run there off the right side. I believe that's Ronnie Peterson up to the 25-yard line, a gain of about 3 on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Ronnie's going to be trading off snaps as he usually does with DeJuan Merritt. We're going to see how DeJuan goes. DeJuan still isn't 100% from a knee injury he incurred a couple weeks back. If DeJuan's not able, we really need DeJuan rested for defense. So if he's not able to go, then Richard Crawford's going to get a few snaps.
Well, one thing we have on this football team is athletes. We have 3 lined up to the right, and we put it in Ronnie's gut again. He takes it up to the 30, maybe about the 31-yard line.
I really like it when they blow the whistle after their point of the most amount of yards they receive. I think they let him push him back 3 or 4 yards before they blew the whistle. And, anything can happen. The ball gets snatched out of there. As bad as our luck is, the ball hitting the dirt.
I'm telling you, we don't have good jump on them skills, that's for sure. 3rd down and short here. Let's hope we see this situation all night long as we bring Tron and down low and Devontae O'Neal up top, and we have a penalty here as DeJuan Merritt got the handoff. Looks like we're going to have an offsides call, and maybe it'll be on them, but we've seen this on our –
yes.
Okay, it is on them. I was fixing to say we've seen this from our receivers and different folks all year.
Well,
how we line up
offsides. But I really, that
huge call there to give us a first down, and so this is what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to just take the ball, methodically take it down, if you will, matriculate the ball down the field, and keep our defense fresh so we're ready to hit somebody in the mouth when it comes time. Hand it off there, right up the middle.
Up the gut and
beautiful play.
And I'm no film, I've never been a football coach. Played very little in my life, but the eye test, watching that film, the film on these boys, they're susceptible on defense, I believe. I wasn't going to say it till we made a couple first downs, but I'm not sure if they can stop us if we can keep that ball in our basket.
We have not met many defenses this year that have stopped us, quite honestly. We've shot ourselves in the foot a few times in a few games. But Thrift keeps it, and he's got a wide open. Oh, he shows his speed, and he takes it down to about the 20-yard line. Nice burst. As Thrift showed off what he's worked with all year long. He makes one good decision, puts his foot in the ground, and tears out, baby. 1st and 10 Raiders. This is what we had to do, Brent. We had to answer, hey, you haven't phased us with your little screen pass that went for a touchdown with your big play. We're here. We're going to be here all night.
Well, I can tell, they're already surprised, just like every team that we played this year. They're surprised that, when we come off the bus, they're like, look how little these guys are. But what a push we get off the offensive line, and we're so physical and strong that it just makes a huge – there's 3 more yards. And if you look at every team we've played, we've been outmanned anywhere from 30 to 50 to 60 pound a man. And
we've hit them up the middle all this time now, yeah. And we're making yardage, like you said, we're outmanned. But we're making good yardage. I would be interested to see now what would happen if we hit one good pitch, hit him in stride, and see if we can make the corner. I feel like we can make something happen with a little edge pitch. But you know what? The real truth is, we're probably not going to do it. This is working so well.
There goes Matt.
Thrift keeps it, and he's going to break through. He's down to about the 7-yard line.
That's another first down for the Red Raiders. 1st and goal, matter of fact.
It's going to be 1st and goal, yep. And they're going to mark it at the 7-yard line. And this is exciting football for Red Raiders. I don't know if the Gamecocks felt like they were going to be able to just dominate. I know they know that they have to play a football game, and we don't want to sound like we're overconfident in our football team.
Absolutely not. We just know what we're capable of when we play good just play good fundamental football and hold on to the football, basically.
Yep, DeJuan's going to take it down, a gain of a couple yards on first down. He's going to take it to the 5-yard line. It's going to be second down and goal from there. And just when you're down here, you have to score.
Absolutely.
We've done a whole lot of flash in the pan right here and made some good plays, but if you don't capitalize it on, it all goes for naught.
That's for naught.
And when you're in a one-game scenario, win or go home, you have to make these drives count. As you saw DeJuan Merritt there get back to the line of scrimmage, he was mad immediately. So it's going to be third down and goal now from about the 5, same place. No gain on the play.
Well, you think Bobby's setting them up here. They're keying in on our fullback. But right at that moment is when Matt will keep it, or he's going to keep it and roll out for a little pass in the flat. We'll see what we got here.
Well, they brought in their heavies on the defensive line, too, and there
goes Matt, and he's going to score.
Matt's going to keep it. He's going to go around the left side. He makes one man miss.
That's exactly
what he goes in for the touchdown. Give me some skin on that. Woo! So our Red Raiders are in this thing in Sylvania, Georgia tonight. They are ready for a ball game. It's 7-6. 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. And I don't know if you're jacked up at home, but you need to let the recliner down, jump up, do a little ditty, and sit back down because it's going to be a war, baby.
That's right. I had to give a little woo there for Brother Peavy. I know he gets excited on here.
Yeah, the place didn't shake, though. I mean, you got to bang the counter and do some other stuff for me to feel totally at home.
The couple should be hitched by now, and Brother Peavy ought to be found a computer.
And that goes inside.
Hey, things are going right. Hits the upright and goes in. Scores 7-7 with 5 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in this first quarter. And we're going to take a short break and be right back with you with a kickoff here as the Raiders drive the field, tie this game up in the first round of the GHSA AA state playoffs.
All right, so we did what we had to do there in this scenario. We would have loved to have stopped them. They burned us on that one screenplay. Went for a big touchdown play for them. We did what we had to do, come back and answer and let them know, hey, we're here to play ball tonight. As Wiley's set to kick it deep, he does another little squib kick. And, boy, 48 hits it. We hit him a couple times. Oh, Lord, help us, Jesus.
I mean, that is a big man.
We had one guy, I didn't get the number. I wouldn't call it out if I did, but he came in. He didn't want to take him head on. He hit him from the side, and he just, bounced off of him. That is a big youngin'.
Well, that's what you saw on film from all season is guys just bouncing off of him.
7-7 ball game. Both teams have all their timeouts. 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. It is a Saturday night football game here in Sylvania, Georgia. Win or go home. And he has just had his first tackle for loss. If it wasn't,
right there.
If he hasn't all year, he has now. And I knew that wouldn't last long as a loss of one on the play.
I mean, what an unbelievable push by the left side of our line right there. And once again,
DeJuan Merritt blew it up.
I hope the film the camera does it justice just to see how big the guys in red are compared to our guys. Now we have number 60, Kyrie. Now, he's the biggest player on our team, but he's on that right side taking care of business.
They are going to have to pass the ball tonight to make it happen for them. And you saw how they mixed it up already earlier on their earlier possession. But I don't foresee them taking the ball and just doing what we just did to them, essentially.
No, I don't think so.
We have too many athletes on the field. We may not have the size. I say that as you look at big Kyrie right in the middle. We may not have all the size spread out on the line.
But you see the kid in the white hat there? We're supposed to be black helmet, by the way. We call him Flo.
That's right.
This kid weighs 168 pounds. He bench presses 350 pounds. Squats well over 400. I mean, he's unbelievable. So we're going to run it to the outside. Darrell Green's the last line of defense.
And Devontae brings him down. Great play by Devontae O'Neal.
And they got that edge on us there.
Yeah, they got the edge. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Gamecocks.
You know, they pound it inside, and ultimately what happens is you see our defenders sort of start creeping in, even on the corners. But what a great play. I thought Darrell was it, and then because he's our safety, and he was playing inside of the corner as he came in to try to make the tackle, which was his, I'm sure, he's a free safety. It's probably his assignment. All right, 1st and 10.
Same running back trying the other side here, and we have 3 men to jump on him.
Led by Ronnie Peterson.
Matt Thrift in on the tackle as well.
Darrell Green got a helmet in there too.
And like you said, Brent, both sides are having to fill each other out right now. You know, getting an idea of how much respect we have to give their speed on the edges to how much we can cheat on the inside. And these guys are kind of getting an idea of how this night's going to go. And you can see that we're not thinking that they're going to pass very much as we just go man-to-man on the outside and put 9 in the box, essentially believing that they're going to.
Goes to the big man, and he's pushing and pulling, and we're diving and jumping on.
Big man refuses to go down, and you can tell this crowd has seen that before, as that's what they start cheering when guys start jumping over on top. So it's going to be 3rd down and short possibly. Looks like it'll be close. It may be a 1st down. They're going to give it to them. 1st and 10 for the Gamecocks.
Well, they're starting that loping drive there, like we were thinking they wouldn't be able to do there. But
well, they've mixed it up well. To their credit, they've not just gone. The quarterback keeps it this time. Follows in behind Big 48.
He was waiting on the whistle because he was still pulling and tugging.
He makes some good yardage on 1st down. They have some speed, Brent. They have some speed at the skill position, quarterback and the running back that took it around the end a moment ago. So they have some speed out there on the football field tonight.
Well, we'll take a shootout. I mean, if that's whatever it takes to win, we're going to have to obviously adjust to it. We feel like our defense was going to settle in here in a minute, but with 1 minute and 36 seconds left in this first quarter, score side 7-7.
They hand it off again, and they're just running behind Big 48. And it's taken 3 or 4 of ours to get around him and get to the running back before they can finally bring him down.
It's going to be 3rd and about 2, I believe.
Maybe a long yard.
3rd and 3.
Yeah. They held him up pretty well then. It's not fun being on the bottom of it, pal. You think, why don't they just hit him low and just, get it over with, take your medicine. But it's not real fun being on the bottom of one of those piles either.
Not with 48 coming down, I tell you.
And then the other 4 people that is going to take to tackle him.
That's right.
So 3rd down, big 3rd down here. They put it in 48's gut.
I think we're going to tackle him for the 1st down. As we tackle him from behind, he will lean forward to get that 1st down.
Yep, it's going to be a 1st down for the Gamecocks. And they have just enough speed at the skill position to make us respect, their little end arounds and their little fakes that they are carrying out. And when they put it in 48's gut, they're going to get those 2 or 3 yards, and you can just see how their offense has worked all year. 38 seconds to go, and the officials call a timeout. 38 seconds to go in this first quarter. I got a problem with the chain gang over there. We'd like to thank C. Bennett and Johnson for making this Saturday night broadcast here tonight possible. C. Bennett & Johnson's been our main sponsor all year long. We've been able to bring you Red Raider football on Friday nights. Thank you, C. Bennett & Johnson. So the referees are over on the sideline trying to get the chains worked out. They might have broke. They might be zip tying the chain crew together there, buddy. You don't happen to have a zip tie on you or something that you can let them borrow?
Hey, I got a backpack back there with a bunch of fix-em-up stuff.
Son, the wind is blowing through the press box here now as the it is a beautiful night, honestly, to be playing football. It's not too cold that when you hit each other, you hurt and your bones hurt. It's just about right to win a ball game.
That's right.
It's not good to lose one, though. It's not the weather for that. They do an end around here. It's a beautiful
There
one.
goes Richard Crawford.
Richard Crawford. They have the flag, I think, came in.
Hopefully. Blocking the back.
I think I saw a flag come in from that back side. I don't know if I did or not. Nope, it looks like they're just marking it.
Yep.
So it's going to be a gain of about 7 yards. That play looked beautiful as they were executing it, and it was wide open field that he was running into. Luckily, our speed caught up to him before it went in for a score, but it's going to be second down and short. This is not what we want. That's the end of the first period, and it's a tie ball game, 7-7. The Gamecocks have taken it here on their second possession, however, and they've done probably what they've done all year long, just war on people and just taking it down the field. They're at about the 13-yard line here, and this is going to be a grind them out kind of game.
You know, they do have a really good blend of power and some speed. It's a matter of us being disciplined, staying on our assigned man or assigned place, and make them make a play. I know Coach Johns is trying to do some things to make them do some things they're not wanting to do on offense. Just like any other coach is trying to do on any given Friday. But,
Well, you can see we're running a little bit of an unorthodox defense already. You know, they're putting two wide receivers, one way out to the left on the way other side of the field, and basically on the sidelines and trying to make it, where we have to respect that. And we're just keeping 9 men right in the middle of the field, basically putting our – cornerbacks. Of course, we have a couple of good cornerbacks out there.
We do.
And they haven't had to pass it. They haven't been in a situation. Well, they did a screen pass. That's almost like a handoff, though.
That's true.
It's just going to be – there's going to be some coaching involved in this game, but it's going to come down to who wants it the most. And here we are with our backs against the wall here as we start this second quarter. 7-7 ball game here in Sylvania, Georgia tonight. It's going to be a grind them out, fight for it kind of ball game, win or go home. They put it in Big 48's gut, and he's going to go in hardly even touched as he goes in for the score off the left side. They've been going off the right side with him all night. They tried the left side that time, and there was nobody home. 13-7.
Well, that's pretty much what I saw on film. You get down close to the goal line, they're going to give it to him. And it's amazing how agile he is. And he's got good balance to be as big as fella as he is. And we'll quit talking about that here directly. But
well, some of it is, let's be honest, there's a certain amount of agility that man has. But then there's a certain amount of fear that the opposition has when they go to tackle him. Hey, I'll make that guy – hey, you let me out there. I'll show you how agile he is. You understand what I'm saying? I'll make him look like he's downright quick.
That's exactly right.
So the real truth is sometimes you're not keeping the right discipline on your tackles. You're not squaring up. You're not tackling correctly. You're diving in trying to get a shoelace, and you're trying to get this or that. And the real truth is, and when that head of steam gets going, he is not going to be fun to bring down. And we let him get going. As you could see, the result there. If he reaches the second level, it's going to be payday.
Yeah, it's tough because, like I said, by the time he reaches the second level, he's definitely 100 pounds heavier than who's trying to get him. So,
right.
We're about to receive the second kickoff here from these guys here in the first quarter.
And to this point, there's been no defense on the field.
Not really.
Each team has gotten a possession and they scored, and then now the Gamecocks have gotten the second possession and scored. We received the kick. Greg Wright, they're going to blow it dead. I didn't see him wave fair catch.
I thought his hands went up, but I wasn't sure. I think he was a little indecisive. But either way, I'm proud that he fielded it.
That's right, 28-yard line.
We're going to get the ball on the 28-yard line. There was no turnover. We've struggled on some special teams, not only us receiving but us kicking to other teams. That's hurt us in a couple games. So starting right there will be just fine with me. With 11 minutes and 53 seconds remaining in the second quarter, Screven County leading your Bacon County Red Raiders 14-7.
Well, and in this kind of ball game, they have, literally twice the athletes that we do, that they brought here tonight. That are suited up. They have twice as many folks. You can tell how we have men on both sides of the ball as we run it there for a gain of a couple on first down. This kind of ball game is not one that we necessarily want to be a part of. We'd like to get out and be able to kind of control the offense. The problem is they're doing the same thing we're doing.
That's right.
And it's been all year.
Well, we're going to be feeling each other out, like Coach John said. We just wasn't sure exactly how how you can gain a lot of information off watching film, but until you take the field with the team, it's when you haven't played any of the teams that they've come up against. So both teams are still feeling each other out. I guarantee you, just like that play there.
Yeah, Matt Thrift is brought down after another gain of a couple. They're excited about it.
Matt probably should have pitched that ball out to 21 there. He made and we don't know exactly how quickly he has to make that decision. Trust me.
Yep, 3rd down and 6 now for our Red Raiders as the Gamecocks would love to get a hold here and force us to punt it away and give it back to that offense.
Absolutely, and I was just mentioning earlier that what we don't want in this game is 3 and outs. Now getting a few first downs and have to punt's one thing, but this team's they've shown they can move the ball on us so far.
Well, and they're going to be able to get fresh bodies in and out. Big 3rd down. We fake the pitch and roll out to the left, and we throw it deep to Devontae.
He's open. And he's
got it. In the pass, he falls down. I don't know if they're going to give him the completion or not. They're going to come in and talk about it. They're going to give him the completion.
Absolutely.
And then he hit the ground. They're saying incomplete.
Wait.
The middle judge is saying incomplete. The side judge is coming in the market. We have a flag down in the backfield anyway. An illegal shift.
Oh, my goodness.
Against the Red Raiders.
What a play by Bacon County.
One of our guys, we did have a couple things going on there, and one of our guys probably didn't get set in time. I did not see that flag.
What a pass, what a catch. By the way, that was Tron Folsom.
Was Tron?
Made that catch. About a 35, 40-yard toss there. Had the guy beat by a couple yards. That Coach John said, you're going to have penalties. Every team does, but it's when you have that penalty.
Right.
And, that penalty cost us about 45 yards.
Well, and in all fairness, we have a different play call there, something we haven't done. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so this, when we put our guys and credit their defense for putting us in 3rd and long, and we're probably going to throw the ball some tonight. We've seen a change in mindset in our offensive scheme the last 3 or 4 games. And that was a huge play there. A huge penalty against our Red Raiders. 3rd down and 10 now. As we're set to pass again, we drop it off to Greg Wright.
No,
he juggled it. Yeah, he juggled it before he was able to get out of bounds.
Great, another good call, great play. It was I couldn't tell for their players on the sideline if Thrift led him just a little too much, but he did not make the catch in bounds.
He was just juggling it. He came down with it, but his feet were out by the time he maintained possession. So we're going to have to punt here on 4th down.
I like the fact that we passed the ball 2 times in a row. That definitely gives them something to think about, and both our guys were open, whether it was 30 yards down the field or a 15-yard out.
And both these returners that they have back, and we have a flag down here. It's going to be in a procedure call, back us up 5 more yards. Come on, Red Raiders. Let's go, baby.
I don't know, maybe time for a timeout, settle our boys down, because, the last thing you want is, again, we're on a special teams play again. But
well, let's just hope that TJ can get a good high booming punt like he's done all year. We can get down in coverage. Both of these guys are fast. 17 is the one who scored on the screen pass, and so. That might not be so bad.
Get a good roll.
It's a shank, but it's a a low kick.
That's a 40-yard shank. I'll take it. 35-yard.
That's right. Look kind of like my drives, buddy. You know, I've hit some shots like that in golf. It's one of them skull shots, you know. You hit it and it's going up there and you say, oh, just roll, 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 roll. This could work out. This could work out, and it did. Nice play call there by TJ with the foot. He takes the return out of the order. That's the way we call it here.
That's right.
That's the way you do it.
We got 9 minutes and 47 seconds as Screven County Gamecocks take over here on about the 37-yard line.
Good guys are down 7. We've got to get a stop here. And we stopped Big 48 there. And I say we stop him. I don't know if we can call that a stop. It was 4 yards, 5 yards, cloud of dust. 2nd down and 5. That's what we can't. That's what we can't have.
2nd and 6 now. It was a short 6.
They have 2 wide receivers lined up down here to the left.
Give it to the tailback.
And they give it to number 2, and we hit him and spin him around, and we finally wrap him up. He's going to be
short of the first
that dreaded down that we don't like to talk about here tonight, and I hope we don't face it all night long. But here early, buddy, there's been a lot of 3rd and 1s. A lot of 3rd and 1s and 3rd and 2s, and I bet if you looked at their stat sheet, I bet on 3rd down, if they're 3rd and 1 and 3rd and 2, I bet they make it 95% of the time.
Especially if number 48 hadn't been stopped in the backfield but one time, and that was a while ago.
That's right. Regardless, it's an awesome playoff atmosphere here tonight. Big 3rd down for our Red Raiders, and then 48 takes it around the left side. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line.
That was a great move by 48.
He did.
He literally cut to the left as the middle was being stuffed up. Now, I don't know if that was
big guys aren't supposed to have that side-to-side motion like that.
I don't know if that was a called play or he just made that adjustment. Either way, that was a big play by him.
I think we saw him score on that exact same play just a moment ago. So their left tackle is probably told to seal that edge and get them down, and he just bounced it right out to the left for a nice gain. 1st and 10 for the Gamecocks. Quarterback keeps it this time, and he's brought down at about the 33-yard line, a gain of about 6 yards on 1st down. As they're giving us a dose of our own medicine now, as the quarterback put it in the gut of 48, takes it out. As Jeremy Johnson is a senior we've been talking about. He's number 48 tonight. He's 280 pounds, big guy. We've just got to be bigger here in Hart. Make it happen.
That's the truth. 7 minutes, 41 seconds. Clock is still ticking here. We'll have a timeout being called by Screven County. And with that, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with you in just a moment.
Well, the Gamecock mascot is shucking and jiving down here. Things are going the Gamecocks' way here early in this ball game. 7 minutes to go in this first half. They put it in the gut of Johnson again, and he makes 4 people miss. And now he busts it out to the right, and he's going to go in for the score again. And this guy is not just what I thought he would be. He literally made a couple people miss right there and goes in for the score. It's going to be touchdown Screven County, and Brent, we might be in a world of hurt here tonight.
Well, if we don't stop the bleeding right here, we're going to have to get this ball and go down and score. We get the ball back in the second half. This this kid, he's got over 1,400 yards and 34 touchdowns now for a reason.
That's a miss. That's just it. Yeah, I thought there might be a flag down. That goes incomplete. We're going to have to make some adjustments on defense. I don't think we're going to be able to play as off the line of scrimmage as we've been, and you'll probably see some of those adjustments coming.
Well, we're going to have to force them to do some other things. Like you said, you stack that line up, force them to pass the ball. Let our guys line up one-on-one on the outside, which Tron and T.J. Wiley and Devontae O'Neal are capable of doing. There's no doubt the wheels are turning over there. By no way are we out of this ball game.
Well, and I can tell you one thing we won't do, Brent, and that's lay down.
That's a fact.
These Red Raiders have been in this position before. They've been hit in the mouth.
Last time we were down by this many was to McIntosh Academy at their home field, and we came back and could have won that ball game. They're the team that really played us, I feel like, top to bottom, the best all season. They played well enough to beat us, even though, and then they did beat us. Played well enough to, even though we had an opportunity late in the game to get it done.
Here they go, Big 48. He's doing that high kick again. And we're going to fair catch it again right at the 28-yard line.
That's right.
So we'll have it 1st and 10 in the exact same spot we had it a moment ago. 1st and 10 at the 28. We're down 20-7 right now. 7 minutes and 27 seconds to go in this first half. Bottom line is we're going to have to stack the line on defense and stop that run. And then we'll go from there and see what else happens.
Well, we got to score first.
Yeah, we know that's not happening.
We don't need to give it back to them this half, if possible. Now, actually, if we can score quick, that's fine too. But we need to methodically go down the field like we did earlier, take some time off of this clock, and get back in this ball game.
Handoff to Merritt off the left side. We run that set there. Gain of a few on first down. It's going to be 2nd down and 7. We run that set, and it is a strange look if you're looking at it from up here. Anthony Florence is the guard, and he is a good 2 feet away from the center. And there's just a gaping hole there, and you would think that we wouldn't run it right there, but that is exactly where we run it from time to time. It is an interesting look nonetheless. 2nd down and 7. Matt pulls it in, now pitches it out to Drell, and they've strung it out nicely. He does bounce it out and almost still breaks it.
Breaks a few tackles.
Picks up a nice gain. He just falls down right at the end. It's going to be 3rd down and about 5.5. Another big 3rd down here for our Raiders.
We're going to have to throw the ball.
As Screven County is seemingly settled down themselves now, and they're ready to take this ball game over. 6 minutes to go in this first half. Good guys are down 20-7. Big 3rd down and 5 here. Ball on the 33-yard line. Thrift comes under center. Drell Green rolls out to the left. He just throws it up. Tron is there. He got his foot down. He's in bounds right here. They're calling it. He is in bounds, and he comes down with it. That is a catch. Y'all talk about it. I'll tell you.
That's a catch,
I'll talk to you about it if you want me to. That's a catch.
What a
beautiful play by Tron Folsom. Thrift put that up right on the ball.
Confirmed by 2 refs. The coach is asking, why me?
You only have to get 1 foot in bounds, and I promise you, ladies and gentlemen,
it was a bang-bang
he was
play.
In there.
No doubt.
I mean, it was close, but he had 1 foot in bounds as he made that catch. Beautiful play.
When I saw Thrift heave it up off his right foot, I was like, oh, no, what's going to happen here? And then I see Tron flying over to the sideline. And
he put it where there was only one guy that was going to catch that ball, or it was going to be incomplete. And that right there will loosen up the run. But the main thing it does is keep the drive alive with 5:51 to go. Thrift pulls it out, keeps it, almost falls down, pitches it. And Drell Green cannot make a play or miss. And that is number 4 for the Gamecocks, Dante Wilburn. He's been very active in this ball game so far.
Well, what that does is it opens it up. We've shown the pass. We're showing the pitch. I'm not sure exactly why there's 3 defenders over there. Someone's, I would assume, is missing a block. Again, I can't read that. But anyway, we're showing them some different things to soften that, hopefully, that interior where you see DeJuan and Ronnie can get some up the middle, or either Matt's going to keep it.
Now we have a look where everybody's right up in the middle.
Thrift
follows the running back up through the hole, and he picks up about 7. Well, about 6. It's going to be 3rd down and 5.
I bet you we're in 4-down territory. So
4 minutes and 50 seconds. The clock is ticking. We don't want to give them any time left on that clock when we score our touchdown here.
The ideal scenario is to score here with minimal time on the clock, make it 14-20. We come back out.
Get the ball in the second half.
In the second half, you potentially drive down. Again, I said earlier, we're still in this ball game, and there's no panic on that sideline from the coaching staff.
Now we call a timeout, I'm afraid. We call a timeout. And we'd like to thank C. Bennett and Johnson for making this broadcast happen. It is a beautiful night for football here in Sylvania, Georgia, and our Red Raiders are playing them tight, but this is going to be a task here tonight. These guys aren't the number 1 seed, and they're no joke. But we're going to take a break here. We'll be back to you as soon as play resumes in Sylvania, Georgia, where your Red Raiders are taking them on, hit them in the mouth. All right, big 3rd down here for our Raiders as we come back. We're in a 3-wide receiver out here to the flood right, essentially. And we're going to put it in the gut, and Thrift takes it back out, and they are just all on top of us as he didn't have time to do anything there. They hold us right at the line of scrimmage, probably a loss of 1 or 2. It's going to be 4th down now for the Raiders. We're going to let some time tick off here as we have 2 timeouts left. We're going to let a whole lot of clock run before we probably decide to do what we were going to do, which is go for it, I would imagine.
We're under 4 minutes now as the clock is at 3:57, 56.
If you punt it, you're very likely only going to get a 10 or 12-yard net on the play. You're down 2 scores. This has got to be the right call here. Thrift takes it under center. And it's just a throw up. Let's hope. Oh, man, big play. Nice play by the defense there. The defensive man was in perfect position, and I was thinking for a moment there he was going to intercept it, and that would have been all right as well. They would have had it at about the 5. Thrift did about all he could do with that, is just throw it up and try to hope that somebody made a play.
That's actually one of those defensive plays in which you don't want to intercept it. You want to knock it down, and I'm sure the kid wasn't thinking that. His first instinct is to catch the ball. Our receiver did a good job of actually defending it.
So we give the Gamecocks the ball back here. Thrift really had no choice on that. He had somebody in his face, couldn't step in. The guy was beat, but he couldn't get enough on the pass to get it to him. So it's 1st and 10 now for the Gamecocks as they come back here again. And they put it in 48's gut again, and he's going to be tackled at about the 42-yard line, right at the yard marker. It's probably going to be close to a 1st down. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Gamecocks, and we are not going to be able to hit this guy high. I love Matt Thrift. He's made some good decisions all year long. We brag about him every game about his good decisions. Hey, Matt, hit him in the ankles.
and they're going to have to be careful not to try to just strip the ball from him because that's going to give him even more yardage.
48 again, and Richard Crawford hit him in the mouth.
Greg
and
got
stood
him
first.
Him up. Yep. Yeah, it was Richard, and then Greg helped finish him
He gets right at the midfield stripe.
That clock ain't running quite fast enough.
2 minutes and 50 seconds to go. 2nd down and 3.
You got to go at his knees and ankles.
The quarterback keeps it this time, and we hit him
good.
right in the backfield.
Fumble,
the ball comes
and
loose.
We get the ball.
Carino comes up with it.
Oh, they're going to mark it down?
No, I believe he was. I believe that's a fumble.
That's a fumble, and that's Raider football.
Yeah, they're probably going to just call it for us. I don't believe that ball.
Oh, he's calling it.
Or is he going to say he's down?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. He's maintaining that he was down.
No.
Oh, yeah, they're saying he was down. Yep, they're saying he was down, but man, they hit the quarterback in the mouth on that one, Jack.
I'd like to.
And the ball, we couldn't tell if the ball was out in time or not. We just saw the ball laying on the dirt by the time he went down.
It was close. It was real close. Obviously, we wanted it to go our way, but we need to take advantage of this loss of yardage here. In the beginning of the game, they had 48 in the fullback position. Now they have him in the tailback position. He can gain just a little bit more momentum as he comes through.
And we do bring him down at the 45 as Ronnie Peterson shoots through and just misses the tackle.
Yep, just misses the tackle.
One thing this ball club has been from time to time, and that's over-eager, overzealous. If we've made mistakes this year, it's getting ourselves in the wrong positions, over-aggressive, I guess is what you'd have to say.
And that goes undisciplined. That falls under that a little bit in certain situations. But you're not going to. One thing you're not going to accuse Ronnie of is not going all out. Oh, there's a ball on the ground, and we get it. We get it.
Ronnie Peterson blew that play up, and so he comes right back as we're talking about him. And as they got fancy, and it cost them.
They did. That's
Brent,
the truth.
they had no reason to be even doing that. They're making great plays. They were doing a little pitch back play right there. It cost them 1 minute and 29 seconds to go.
They have a apparent injury here. We don't know. Can't see his number 10 at the quarterback. Looking at his hand over here. But what we were just saying about Ronnie Peterson, Ronnie can play at times undisciplined, but bless his heart, he is going to. If he
get back there,
he's going 110% at messing up. That's the bottom line, and that right there,
he's going to blow it up or run right by it sometimes.
Right. That's exactly.
And on that occasion, he blew that whole play up.
We have 1 minute and 29 seconds to.
We have 3 wide receivers set here. I love
points
it.
On the board.
We're rolling out to the left and
making a great catch.
We
and they need to blow the whistle. As his forward progress gets him to the 40-yard line.
They're going to say wind the clock, second down, and we'll call it 6.
Plenty of time.
We line right back up. We have 2 timeouts, 1 minute and 10 seconds, 1 minute and 9 seconds. Matt Thrift all year long has done a great job rolling out and putting the ball on a dime to where it needed to be. He's probably one of the best passers I've seen at rolling out and throwing the ball and putting it where it needs to be. It might not always be pretty.
And believe it or not, we do have a
Thrift
run, Matt. Now
Thrift is going to run with it here.
And he did. The clock will stop. It should stop.
It's a first down regardless. It'll stop on the first down, and I believe he made it out of bounds.
We do have a 2-minute offense, believe it or not. They do practice it. And all these guys are wearing armbands. They can go in a mode in which they can call the signals. No, we're not super comfortable with it because we're not set up to score quickly with our type of style of offense. But I tell you what, if we can get 7 on the board here, and the wind, by the way, is blowing in our direction, we may have an opportunity for 3, but I'm just not sure if that's good enough for Coach Johns.
A pass, and he's open, but Greg Wright does a nice job of breaking up the pass then. He was open on the play, but Thrift just overthrew him a little bit there. And
I like the play call.
Absolutely.
It's slightly overthrown. Worst case scenario, the interception, he falls on the 5. Now, we don't want that, obviously, when you throw it on a first down play. But we got 38.5 seconds remaining here in the first half with an opportunity to get some points on the board.
I would love to see Drell Green on a hit right up the middle right now. We've spread them all out with these wide receivers, and if we had some kind of little trap play where we could set Drell loose and use that speed right up the middle, I believe we could make something happen, or even Thrift kept it. We're going to pass it again.
And he catches it.
Nope, it goes incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 now, 34 seconds on the clock. The clock is not really our enemy here. We have plenty of time. We have 2 timeouts. And the big deal now is going to be 3rd down. We have 2 downs to make 10 yards. That's what you – in a 2-minute offense, you have to get first downs and get out of bounds. That's what you're thinking.
That's it.
You've got to get your yardage, and if you don't get the first down, you get out of bounds. But you're trying to get little chunks of yards as quickly as possible. 34 seconds. Thrift rolls out to his right.
And he's wide open.
He drops it off to Drell Green, and he's going to run it all the way down and out of bounds, and they throw him out of bounds some more.
He's patting him on. Okay.
Everybody's good. Everybody's good.
There,
he's down at the 15-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Our Red Raiders are in business. And as good as the Gamecocks have looked here, let's talk about this. You know, we both kind of came out at the beginning, and we were feeling good. I was getting a little cocky there. I mean, I'll be honest with you,
That's
Brent.
Right. Hey.
I was getting a little excited. Me and you were right here beside me. We were starting to – they set us in our place. You know what I mean? They came out and hit us in the mouth a couple times. This score right before the half would be huge.
It would be huge. Let's hope we get the
Thrift rolls out to his left, and I will tell you, and that's just a good play.
That's
good
okay.
play. No, nothing hurt there.
The 2nd and 10 from about the 15-yard line. 20.7 seconds. If you can't see that on the camera from the scoreboard, 20.7 seconds. Score is 20-7. The Gamecocks lead our Red Raiders.
We still have 2 timeouts. And the thing I love about what we're doing right now is we have a senior quarterback who's made good decisions all year. And, you know, a lot of coaches are hesitant to call passes, especially at the high school level. They say, well, you know, 2 out of the 3 things are bad. You know, that can happen.
That's right.
And so the thing that this quarterback allows us to do is, number one, now are we going to call a timeout here? We are going to call a timeout.
And we're going to call a timeout as well for just a short break. And once again, before we do, I want to thank C. Bennett & Johnson for being our title sponsor for this game and all of the games the 2012 season of the Bacon County Red Raiders.
So we come back here as Thrift has the troops lined up. 20.7 seconds to go in this first half. We have a timeout. We don't have to pass it. We can still run it. And Thrift keeps it, and he's got a hole up the middle, and it shut down quickly. He's down to about the 6.
I don't know who got it,
he was driven into the dirt. We call a timeout now as it's going to be 3rd down and about 1. That's not the main thing. There are 6 yards that separate us from 6 points right now, and it would be huge to score.
What are they trying to decide here? Any idea? I'm trying to text my couple things. Not sure what they're discussing.
I think they're discussing how many timeouts we might have possibly had.
That should be our 3rd timeout.
Yeah.
So we will be passing the ball now.
I think their coach had said, hey, I think they're out of timeouts, and so they checked all their little cards. That was our last timeout. So now we have 11 seconds, 3rd down and 1. And ultimately we're going to have to pass the ball here, and not just pass it, but if we pass it, it's going to have to be in the end zone.
That's right.
It's
either out of the end zone
or right on the sidelines where we go out of bounds.
Well, you don't want to throw an interception in the end zone. You want to give your guy a chance or no chance. We got probably a chance to run 2 plays.
I have seen many, many times in high school football where a team needed to do what we're doing right now.
That's right.
And couldn't do it.
That's right.
The real truth is we have a football team here that we're, clearly we're excited about it, but
right.
to see us come down here and do this in a playoff atmosphere, this is huge. Let's see what Thrift does. When he rolls out to his right, it opens up. He falls down.
And time is going to run out.
And time is going to run out as they try to get set up, and they're not going to get it away, and that's just a bad as clock runs out. And that's just a bad as he slipped and fell down.
Should have threw it away. That was one of those plays you could not run the ball.
Yep, that's going to be a huge ending there.
Irregardless, when you didn't see it, you had to throw it away. And that's what Bobby Johns is telling him now. He had to throw it away. But, that ends the first half. The score is 20-7. We know what it could have been. We will get the ball back when we return for the second half. What's your initial thoughts here this last minute or so before
we knew that this was going to be a battle coming into it. I would have liked to have seen us do something there, of course, but we are, like you said, we get the ball to start the second half. If we take the ball and, just come down and get some points on the board, we're going to be in good shape. I believe we've made adjustments all year in the second half. We've been a better second half football team than we have a first half. And so I look forward to coaches getting together, making their proper adjustments, and I hope that I don't see number 48, Jeremy Johnson, running rampant like he did this first half.
All right. Well, we're going to let this segue into the halftime as our Raider Regiment will play here in just a moment, and we will have our halftime show. Myself and Joe Boatwright will talk about the stats of the game as up to current, and we'll be back with you in just a moment. Once again, I want to thank C. Bennett and Johnson of Alma, Mr. David Johnson, for his efforts in sponsoring this program, not only here in the first round of the state playoffs, but all season long.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Air Regiment Marching Band.
Now, entering the field for your halftime entertainment, the award-winning Superior SCHS Gamecock Band. Tonight, the band will perform their competitive halftime show, the music of Coldplay and Rihanna, starting with Fox featuring the percussion section. We Found Love, Lost with Princess of China, and Viva La Vida. Put your hands together and welcome the Gamecock Band.
All right, we would like to welcome you now to the Foster Roland Auto Mart of Baxley, Georgia halftime show. We are here in Screven, Georgia, Screven County, Sylvania, Georgia.
That's right.
For the first round of the GHSA state playoffs. This is a Saturday night. The bracket is completed except for this one slot that's left as the Bacon County Red Raiders, our Red Raiders are taking on Screven County from Region 3AA. We are Region 2AA. The score is 20-7 at halftime. Joe, tell us.
Let's run over a few stats here. Screven County, they have 154 yards rushing. 90 of those yards coming from number 48, Mr. Johnson.
And that's not, you're not talking about me.
No, I'm talking about his name was Jeremy Johnson, and he is a handful. I told a guy I was standing in the stands keeping the stats. I said, that is like tackling a bowling ball. Because that young man gets a head of steam on him, you just bounce off. You better wrap up and hope you get help.
Well, he's everything that we saw
Sure.
on film.
Oh, yeah. We knew what was coming. We knew what he was. We knew what it was going to take. We was going to have to get a hold of him. They have 154 yards on 24 carries. They have 51 yard passing, a total of 205 yards. Bacon County, they continue to run the ball well. Got 126 yards rushing on 19 carries. They have 41 yard passing, has 167 yards total. Like always, Matt Thrift with 92 yards rushing. Ronnie Peterson has 30 yards. Alma has done everything they can. They had a bad break down here with the clock at halftime, going in to score, and it's.
Well, we the game come out. I said earlier in the commentation that Coach Johns was honest and upfront with the boys. He said, I don't know how good this team is,
right,
because of the fact that you can watch film and you can and you try to determine from stats and the other teams they're playing and the quality or whatever. We knew this was a good ball club to put
Sure.
themselves in this position. Okay,
Sure.
And he told the boys, it may take a couple series for us to figure that out. Both teams to do the same, and we did. They go down. We go down and score. They score, and then unfortunately, we punt. They score. They scored a couple times, and they're leaning on that number 48. And
Sure.
he's exactly lived up to his billing of nearly 1,500 yards rushing, 33 or 4 touchdowns on the season. He's a formidable opponent
Sure.
in himself, much less the rest of their team.
He can make a team, and that's what he's done tonight. He has been the biggest majority of their offense has been coming through him carrying the ball. And the thing I've noticed is these kids run up to tackle him, and if you don't get a hold of him and he's big enough around, it's tough.
Yeah,
His legs are huge. They just bouncing off of him.
That's it. Because once he passes that first line, literally the lineman.
That's right.
Everybody's 100 pounds less than he
Sure,
is,
sure.
and it makes it again. And he's unbelievably agile for his size
and strong. You can tell he's strong. Listen, I'm gonna give Alma fans credit. This is a long ride to where this game is, but just like all year long, they have followed this team, supported this team, and there is a crowd here.
Our fans aren't, our team is not going to give up, and our fans surely aren't going to give up on these Red Raiders. And I guarantee, there again, we're down 20-7. And if you're just joining us, that sounds bad, and it is bad. However, this team made a huge mistake. I was shocked at the play call that the coach made. Not to question him per se, but they're basically moving up and down the field on us, and he calls a trick play. They hand it to 48, and he's going to pitch it back for like a reverse, and and Greg Wright gets in there and Ronnie Peterson, gets in there and makes a great play, messes it up. We recover and move down the field with less than 2 minutes to go. And then we get down here and we do call some timeouts, and not sure about the timing of those, but we get down with 11 seconds, no timeouts, and we know we can run 2 plays. And again, you're talking to young men that are 16, 17, 18 years old down here trying to make decisions. And I know, the coach and Bobby, I'm sure told him to, if you get in a situation, throw the ball out of play or whatever. But anyway, Matt, he tucked it under like he's done so many times, Joe, and saved the day. And had about 11 yards to go, and he got about 6 of it was tackle time ran out. And with the opportunity there to get some more points on the board, we will be getting the ball back here in the second half on the kickoff. That's going to be the key. We was talking off air just a moment ago. We really need to put some points on this next drive, take some time off the clock, and hope that this team can, make a mistake because, again, I was really surprised at that one mistake because, you just keep feeding it to the 48.
And they're going down the field. They were moving the ball, and that's the thing me and you talked about before this game ever started. If they get ahead of you, they're going to turn into a
they're going to lean on you,
bone-wearing, hand it to 48, see if you can tackle him team, and that's what's happened.
Well, just like every team we played this season, we've been outmanned per se.
Sure.
Body size as we talk about. Now, athletically, we can match up with most anybody.
That's right.
But when you got a big fullback and sometimes tailback when he lined up, and they've got several big kids on their line that with the lead, they're going to lean on you.
Sure.
And they only have just a handful of kids that are going both ways. And again, this is football. We've dealt with this. We're not complaining. We've dealt with this all year. It's every team we played.
Well, I think these kids are going to come out. These Raiders are going to come out, and they going to show Screven County they deserve to be here.
That's right.
They're here,
Well,
and they'll come out. And I'm telling you, I look for them to make this a game. And hey, they can come back.
Absolutely.
We got a good offense,
Absolutely.
got a great defense. I think we'll be fine.
Obviously, a score there.
Man.
And I don't think Bobby had 3 points in his mind whatsoever. He was going to throw it twice to try to score a touchdown.
That's right.
And in a situation like this is all or nothing. This is the last game of the season for one team.
Yeah, leave it on the field.
You got to leave it all on the field. And, obviously 7 points would have been good there, getting the ball back. But it didn't. And we're going to have to take care of business here when we come back out, move the ball down, score hopefully, and then and go from there, Joe. We've been down by 13, by at least 13 points.
Sure.
Once I know against McIntosh, and we came back and made that a whale of a ball game.
Sure did.
And
sure did.
had a chance to win it in the end. And so I know that these Red Raiders are not going to quit.
No.
And we got a ton of fans over there that's going to really pick them up as the players take the field. The Screven County Gamecocks are coming back to the sideline here as they're preparing for the kickoff. Our Raiders are warming up in the end zone. And
getting ready for a big second half.
That's right, Joe.
We'll be coming to you here in just about a minute or so. We're going to get prepared, get all these things ready. Give a shout out to Shane.
Yep.
We miss you, brother. Hang in there with us. We think we're going to pull this thing out.
That's right. We want to thank you again for listening to the halftime show brought to you by Foster Roland Auto Mart of Baxley. I want to thank him for this sponsorship and what he does for the athletic program at Bacon County High School. And we'll be back in just a moment with the second half kickoff.
Well, here we are, Brent, back here to start the second half. I tell you what, when I'm nervous, I eat. Matter of fact, when I'm happy, I eat. When I'm cold, I eat. They kick it off. We could talk about others. We don't fair catch it this. And they're going to say he fair caught it.
I don't understand that. I did not see a fair catch there.
Their coaches are clapping because they like it. I didn't see a fair catch either, but regardless, they blow the whistle dead. It's going to be 1st and 10 for our Raiders at the 25-yard line.
I guess maybe him holding his hands up waiting on the ball to get there. I don't know. Greg seemed upset. I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but I know we will have the ball placed on the 25-yard line, and we have 75 yards to score. That's what I do know.
That's some good mathematics right there, buddy. Do you go or work in a school or anything? Are you around a lot of educational system to be able to work that math out that way? Or
just a little.
1st and 10 for Thrift. He's under center, and he hands it off to Merritt right up the gut. A gain of about 3. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 for our Raiders here to start the second half. And this is a drive, Brent, that we talked about earlier in the game. We're going to have to come out here now. You know, the game's not out of reach yet, but another score, and we'd have to say it's going to be a hard time for us to climb up that hill.
Two scores, 13 down is going to be difficult enough task, especially now. I see us scoring. Now, I'm worried about us stopping them. So we're going to have to make some good decisions.
And Thrift did not do his ball carrier any justice on that one. And I'll be honest with you there, Brent, that was Jeremy Johnson, the running back, 48. He was running stride for stride with Matt Thrift out on the edge, strung that play all the way out. They're bringing their heavies in. That's a loss of about 4 on that play. And you see what they're wanting to do. They need a stop here. They want to stop now. They get a stop here, go in and score, and they think they've taken our heart out of the game, you know. And, the real truth is that'll go a long way towards doing it.
Yep. You know, now we're in a position of 3rd down and about 13, passing scenario here. And he does throw it deep, and he's open for an interception.
That is intercepted.
It's number 4 for Screven.
And they're going to get it close back to the original line of scrimmage, back to about the 25-yard line. So Screven County is going to be in great position here now to start the second half. Just what our Red Raiders did not want to do. Thrift threw that pass. The receiver was open, but there were, the pass took so long to come down, he basically was not open. He threw it into triple coverage
what happened,
there.
You saw a good pass, and it turned into something. It looked really like it was going to be good, turned into obviously bad result because it stayed in the air too long. The receiver should have probably been a little more aggressive and went up for the ball. The defender made a great play.
And here's what we don't want is this big 48, Jeremy Johnson running it right up the middle. And
well, we're going to have to force it. We got to stop them or force a turnover. Something's got to happen here.
Yeah, we're gonna put more men on the line of scrimmage. We're going to be more aggressive about keying in on him and stopping him. And I feel fairly confident that we can slow him down. I don't know that anybody stopped him all year. I don't know that we're going to stop him.
Right.
But we're going to slow him down where he's not going to dominate, I don't feel, as he did in the first half. If we can do just what we did right there.
That's right.
Keep him from getting ahead of steam. That's as right. we don't give him a hole, give him anywhere to go to. There's 3rd down and 4 or 5 now.
Well, I can promise you this. I don't think you're going to see a reverse. I don't think you're going to see a halfback pass or anything like that. I think you're going to see them feed him the ball or their tailbacks. The quarterback on the fumble earlier.
I hear a rooster, buddy.
It appears that
they have a Gamecock going. You're going to have to get back to that one, buddy. That rooster threw us all off. I think it's rooster power as he's dragging our guys down. That's going to be enough for a 1st down. So they needed 4. They got 6. It's going to be 1st and 10. Do it again, evidently. This is Screven County football as Jeremy Johnson would not be denied. And I think it was the rooster power. You know, I've been playing golf before, and I'll hear a rooster crow out there on the golf course. And I think I hit a 350-yard drive after I hear that rooster crow.
Okay.
And so it's pretty scary to hear this guy right here or watch him run after he hears that rooster crow. I wish they'd silence that thing. Give it to him again. He goes off the left side. And we're going to bring him down, maybe, possibly.
Greg Wright did all he could to pull him down, had him by the waist. But unless you grab his ankles, it's hard to bring him down. This is a tough situation.
And this isn't rocket science, is it?
No, this is a tough situation that the Red Raiders are in right now. I'd much rather see us had punted the ball and give them about 60, 70 yards to travel the length of the field. But, it's
well, the way they're making it look now, as they've got Johnson in the backfield again, they're going to give it to him, no doubt.
Oh.
And he has stood up, but he just continues to fight, and he's going to get it. He's going to score. They haven't signaled it yet.
It's going to be close.
They're going to say he's down at the 1-foot line. He was hit at the 3-yard line, spun sideways, hit again, and then he eventually looked like he was very close to scoring. I figured they'd give it to him. He's going to ask to come out the ball game now. I like that. So the young man has a half a yard to go to hit pay dirt, and he taps his helmet and says, I need to come to the sidelines, Coach. Second down now, and they do a quarterback sneak.
They're going
and they're going to give it to him.
It was close. Score now is going to be 26-7. Screven County Gamecocks as we await the extra point attempt. That is not how we wanted this half to begin. We were saying earlier that, a 3-score lead is going to be difficult, not impossible, but a difficult task for the Bacon County Red Raiders to recover from. One thing about it is, we do have a half a quarter left, and in the third quarter. And the Raiders just have to get something going. Now, this is probably going to take us a little bit out of our normal game.
They're going to go for 2 here now. They're going to go for 2 to make up for that. And we just hit his helmet off. Goodness.
Yeah.
We laid the wood to him. He's not going to be happy when he gets up from that. I promise you, we hit him in the mouth anyway. He goes in for the scores. One guy had him around the waist, and another guy, I believe it was Crawford, that came in and just smacked him in the mouth, but it was only after he fell forward for another yard and a half to get the 2-point conversion. So
28-7. Screven County over Bacon County. 7 minutes, 33 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 3 scores down. This is the first time the Raiders have been in this position. Made a mistake early here as they kicked to us. We threw an interception. And in about 6-7 plays there in the end zone.
Well, and they have us out of our game plan. Part of our game plan is going to be to work some passes in, but we are, let's be honest, we are much more comfortable running the ball, running our regular routine offense that we've been running now like a machine ourselves. That's why we're here tonight. And so they've kind of got us back on our heels a little bit, and we come out knowing that we need to pass the ball and do some different things.
I wonder now if Greg calls a fair catch. I'd like to see him scorch one here. We'll see. I hope he keeps his hands down. Don't want to give that ref any inclination that he's calling a fair catch. It appeared that he didn't last time.
That ball's out of bounds.
Yeah.
That ball was out of bounds when he touched it.
I don't see a flag.
So they're going to say because he caught it out of bounds that it's not a flag?
No, that should have been a flag.
Because it didn't land out of bounds.
No,
he caught it in the air. Devontae should have let that ball hit out of bounds, and it would have been a 5-yard backup. Regardless, we get the ball at the 36-yard line, 1st and 10. 7.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. The Gamecocks have already put another touchdown, another 8 points on the board. We have got to do something here now. Thrift under center. He puts it in the gut of Merritt, I believe it was, and there is nothing doing there. They just have the size on the front lines, and let's face it, they're fresh on defense. They're ready to play ball. We have guys going both ways. They are able to stack up that middle. They're not giving us the middle. They've got 5 men on the line of scrimmage, and they're 3 more right behind them. And so they are making us do different things. We bring Greg Wright out here to the left. He cuts it back up, tiptoes a little bit, and falls forward for a nice gain.
A first down. I think he's going to be about a half a yard short. But let's face it, I think we're in 4. Anytime we're outside of our 30, it's going to be 4-down territory in this game.
3rd down and 1 now. Big 3rd down here for our offense. If we go down and score, it's not the end of the ball game.
No.
We're in good shape, but we we already need some help from them probably.
That's right. We've shown that we can move the ball. I said earlier I'm not concerned about us. I think we can score. We may not again, but I think we can. It's just a matter of stopping them from scoring.
And they stack him up, and I don't know that he got it. He may have gotten half a yard. It's going to be 4th down and a half a foot or a half a yard, about a football length.
That defensive line was firing those two gaps for the fullback or the quarterback, whichever. If Matt had taken a quick step to the outside, he'd have been running like Jeremy did earlier on big on 48.
Right.
He'd still been running because they were stacking those inside lanes up.
I would love to see us have enough discipline to go on a different snap count to slow that firing off down a little bit. We pitch it out wide to Darrell Green, and he's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Fumbles on the play, but he was down. It's going to be Screven County's football as we put our fastest player out and pitch it out wide. They made Matt pitch the ball. They're just playing outstanding defense there. I mean, they have people in position to make Matt pitch it. They hit the up back to make Matt take it out of his gut. I mean, they did everything they had to do on that play to stop us. Perfect defense. And now, guess what? Jeremy Johnson's back out on the field, big 48. 5.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Screven County's already scored one time. They're looking to blow this game open. And he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage that time. He might jump forward to the line of scrimmage. His shoes come off a little bit there.
They're going to give him the spot back to the line of scrimmage.
I don't know if his shoes come off or he's cramping. I hate that big guy. He's cramping. He's working it out.
Richard Crawford's got an issue. I'm not sure if it's his ankle or calf. He's walking it off. I think 48 may have kind of rolled over on him.
Big play here, 2nd down and 9.5.
This is a distance that they haven't had much, and they're going to run it.
Quarterback keeps it this time, and he falls forward for about 5-6 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 4. This is the same. We don't have quite the same looking athletes running the offense, but it's the same thing that we've done time and time again. Think our defense will be able to play against this offense. I guess both sides could say that same thing. Quarterback put it in the gut, took it out, squirted straight up the field for 6 yards.
I do want to say something. We are missing on the defensive line this evening now after this play.
48 there, and we have 2 guys. We stand him up, and he may be short.
He's going to be short of the –
and now he's got
they're already moving the sticks when I'm not sure why until the referees decide.
It's going to be 4th down. I just saw the white hat say 4th down.
Okay.
And big Jeremy Johnson's got a cramp. He's been running so hard on us tonight.
I got a feeling that they're not going to punt or kick a field goal here. What I was wanting a big shout out to Jay Jackson, a young man, a sophomore for Bacon County, fine young man, and a good football player. Was injured Monday night in the mini game playoff system that got us here. Very unfortunate, broken ankle. He's and some other damage. He's going to have some surgery on Monday. I want to thoughts and prayers with him and his family as he will go through a 6 to 9 week rehabilitation. And again, I wanted to mention that young man.
Quarterback keeps it, and he falls forward for the half a yard that it was going to take. They're going to give it to him. It's a 1st and 10, Screven County. And, we've talked a lot about Jeremy Johnson being a big youngin'. Number 17 out there, I was walking down on the field, and he stood up, and he was stretching on a table down here. The trainers were working on stretching him out. And I thought, goodness, that is a big boy.
He's a good-looking kid.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That is a fine-looking athlete right there, number 17, lining up at left end right here. And we come in and we just don't wrap up.
Romeo got back there and just couldn't get him down. Romeo's another one. Romeo Carino, he is my sponsor. If you're not aware, those of you listening outside of Raider Nation, Coach John's brought with him in his program a Adopt a Raider in which we adopt a player and encourage them and give them some stuff on Fridays before the games, we're home or away, a little basket full of goodies and things of that nature, and just support them. We get a shirt with their number. I'm wearing it underneath, and Romeo Carino is one of those players that is he's not only a football player, but he is a fine young man. The first game of the regular season, not before halftime, sustained a severe knee injury, so we thought. He got checked out, and he's playing, folks. He's been playing about the last 4 or 5 ball games. He missed about 4 games on a torn ACL. We got him braced up. Him and his family decided this is his senior year. He wanted some more snaps, and he's just an unbelievable athlete. He plays tennis and other sports, and it's amazing he's been able to do what he's doing, playing middle linebacker. Played some guard tonight as well in place of Jay Jackson, who went down. Phenomenal player. Wanted to say that about that young man.
5-yard penalty, and quarterback keeps it on this play again, and he just makes 2 of our guys miss, and he goes in for the score. And Screven County, I'm afraid the Gamecocks have just blown this game wide open as quarterback puts his foot in the ground there and split 2 of our defenders and went in for the score. Showed explosive speed on that one. Screven County, I'm afraid, might just have too much for our Red Raiders tonight as they go up 34-7 here. Extra point is down. It's up, and it's wide to the left. It's no good. So it remains a 34-7 ball game, 1 minute and 51 seconds. And Screven County has scored 14 unanswered points here in this third period to take it in this second half and blow this game open. Our Red Raiders now need to buckle their chin straps a little tighter and start having some pride and playing for what's left in this ball game. Even if we don't get the victory here tonight, this could live in Raider Nation's hearts for a while, and especially in the coach's crawl here when he watches and sees what effort and heart our Raiders continue to put forth.
We're going to take a short break and be back in just a second.
Same pooch kick to a different person this time. We don't get on it. Now we're going to fight over who gets it, and we eventually do fall on it on the 21-yard line.
That ball was kicked in a very precarious place, right in no man's land, and
that's the old center fielder coming up and second baseman going out, and who's going to get it. And
that's true.
You're not used to saying, I got it on a kickoff.
And we're in a position now that, there's a lot of thoughts going through these guys' mind. There's no quit in this team. I can guarantee you that. Now, naturally, it's more difficult for these young men to play up to the level they're accustomed to, knowing, being able to stare that scoreboard down as they go down this side of the field. They know the daunting part of what's going on here as we see Matt Thrift take the ball. And that carry is going to put him up near 100 yards rushing for the evening.
And that's going to be a first down, and he's slow to get up. You can rest assured that young man's going to give you everything he has, as well as all these other seniors on the football field tonight. If they lose this ball game, they go home. This is the last football they're going to play at Bacon County High School. And so you get to this point of the game where we're even talking about this, but these guys are playing with fire in their eyes out there now. If they're a senior, they're wanting, and Thrift keeps it again. And there is dirt flying, and he is just running it as hard as he can right up the middle.
That'll be a first down for the Red Raiders.
It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 35 as our Raiders fight for their playoff lives, but it's a lot about pride out on the football field right now.
That's exactly right. Last year, after this play, I'll comment.
Get to play out to Drell Green. Something working. He spins off and then jumps forward to the 50-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10. Just a good play by Tron Folsom there. There's a little scrum at the end of the play.
Yeah, and that's something I was fearful of. You know, our guys have remained very cool this year, and I really appreciate they've been disciplined as far as that goes. And you getting whipped, and you make a great play. And it was a block that came in. It wasn't late. But the guy in red didn't really appreciate it. Hopped up, but they quickly got him apart.
1st and 10 again. Drell Green goes out to the left, and there's nothing doing. We've tried that 2 or 3 times, and number 17 is equal to the task. I think he's got an arm span of about 6 foot as he reaches out there and gets drilled by the jersey. Nothing doing. A 5-yard loss on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 15 for our Red Raiders.
I think we're going to have to try and throw the ball down the field a little bit, instead of going sideline to sideline, because they do have a couple corners that can run.
Thrift on the pitch. He gets it and he throws it out. He just wasn't able to set. He was pressured early, and he overshoots Drell Green on that pass attempt. It's 3rd down and 15.
Drell's probably still trying to catch his breath. That's the 3rd play in a row that he's either had the ball or the ball's gone to him. 3rd and 15. Certainly 4-down territory for the Red Raiders.
Right at midfield. Is that 1.6 seconds to go in this 3rd quarter? This will be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Thrift bobbles the snap, and he's going to be downed at the 35-yard line. Now it's going to be 4th down and about 22 or so. 4th down and 25. You almost have to punt in this scenario.
That's what I was thinking.
It's going to be 4th quarter. We'll take a moment. We'll be back with Red Raider football here.
Sponsored by C. Bennett and Johnson.
I'm telling you, let's give some mad props to C. Bennett and Johnson all year. They have sponsored this broadcast and make it possible for some folks to stay home and watch Red Raiders on the. It's not on TV, I guess. It's on the internet. On the internet. We will be back momentarily. TJ Wiley set back to kick it away. The snap's good. The kick is up. It's a high kick. Doesn't have a lot of depth to it. Screven County says, get away, get away. It's going to roll dead at about the 42-yard line. About a 20-yard punt. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Gamecocks here at the 42-yard line, and then we have 1 quarter of football left. If Bacon County cannot come back here, we are down, backs way against the wall, 34-7. It's been all Screven County here tonight.
Four scores down. I'm a little now. Naturally, I don't want I really not want the old boy out there anyway. But I'm not sure why 48 still out there. He could there goes his helmet for the 3rd time. I surely wouldn't want him to sprain his ankle.
And now DeJuan Merritt is down, and I think he's clutching his knee. He seems to be in a great deal of pain. We're going to take a moment. We will be right back with you, Raider Nation, as soon as we resume action here. He seems to be okay. He's fixing to get up, but we'll be back to you momentarily.
Okay, we're back now as our Red Raiders are down 34-7 with 11:28 to go in the fourth quarter.
2nd down and 8. Quarterback gets it. He drops back to pass. He throws it. Nothing doing. He overthrows. T.J. Wiley was on the coverage.
Good coverage, great coverage. T.J.'s done a fantastic job the last 3 or 4 games of the season. He was tagged a little bit earlier in the season, not literally tagged, but tagged with some giving up a couple big plays, maybe in the passing game. But he has done a tremendous job the last couple games, as well as Devontae all season long as well on the other side as a corner.
I don't know why they're throwing the ball up 34-7 on 3rd down and 7 now. They put the ball in the hands of number 2, and he's going to be down at the 46-yard line. It's going to be 4th down. I think it's the first time we've held them to a 4th down and reasonable tonight. It's going to be 4th down and about 6.
This should be
maybe
a
we'll get to see them
punting situation for them. And as I was saying earlier, as DeJuan went down, and he's been nursing that knee for a couple weeks, I was a little surprised again at 48 going back in the ball game. He's the mainstay obviously of this team. They have other weapons. Don't get me wrong, but
Screven County didn't even. The coaches have to holler out punt, punt, punt. 2 guys throw their helmet on, snap their chin strap on, and go out. They're clearly not used to punting the football. They can punt it though. He punts it. It's going to be down right at the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Raiders with 10 minutes and 23 seconds to go.
This last drive, I'm sure they had a conversation on the sideline. Being down this amount, we're playing for some pride. I know the stranger things have happened, but right now we're playing for some pride, maybe over a victory. But these boys they played their hearts out. They prepared since last January. Through a rigorous workout program in the weight room and on the field through the summer. So proud of each and every one as student athletes. And I meant to say something right after half. I want to commend our Raider Regiment. They did a fantastic job on the field. I know how hard those young men and women work in the afternoons.
Thrift rolls out to the right and hits Greg Wright on a nice pass. Gain of about 7 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 3.
Sometimes the band is overlooked by not only the football team, but even cheerleaders at what they do and how they support our football team and their band director and their boosters do a great job to support those kids.
It takes a whole lot of effort from a whole bunch of people to make Friday nights happen. Thrift scrambling for everything he's got, and he's eventually going to be brought down at about the 21-yard line. It was just a jailbreak there. There were 2 or 3 red jerseys chasing him down. He's going to be sacked for about a 4 or 5 yard loss. 3rd down back to the original line of scrimmage. It has just not gone right for our Red Raiders tonight.
I tell you what, I'm real proud of our Raider Nation sitting across the way from us. It doesn't appear that anyone is breaking for the fences. We have a tremendous crowd. We traveled well all year, and I'm thinking they're hanging around and there's a
nice pass by Thrift.
It's going to be intercepted as it's slightly overthrown.
The receiver was there, but he just was just outside his fingertips, and it falls into the hands of number 4. I think that's his 2nd pick tonight, Dante Wilburn, a sophomore, good-looking athlete. Again, Screven County has 80 athletes out here, and you get the cream of 80 here, and you get a good-looking squad that takes the field. They have just been dominant on offense and defense all night long. We had an opening drive, and since then they have basically let us have what we've gotten. We have to say we've taken it and made some big plays, but we have not sustained anything since that opening drive. They have just shut us down and played real good football here tonight.
And Big 48's back out there. And he's rumbling, touchdown. Maybe that's why they left him out there.
That's going to be 40-7 now. 8 minutes and 48 seconds to go in this ball game. Jeremy Johnson takes it again off the right side and just goes in for the score. We have nothing for him. Flag down.
It's like a procedure. No offsides on the Red Raiders. Little quick. It's important that we keep our composure here. It's tough. And the inevitable is now setting in.
That's an illegal procedure call against them. It's going to back them up 5 yards.
I was going to say earlier, for the first time in many years, Bacon County qualified for the state tournament last year. We went over to Seminole County, a team that had been averaging 40-some-odd points a game, ran through all their opponents. And we went over there, and the game it started off not good, as we fumbled the first kickoff, and it sort of went downhill from there. No doubt that team was the better team that night. Not 4 touchdowns better, probably, way less than that. But we come here tonight with a really good game plan, really thought that we had an opportunity to get Bacon County's first win in the state playoffs. But that's not going to happen tonight. We have met up with a formidable opponent, a team that is from top to bottom is very good. We don't quite know what their special teams is. They didn't have to do much with it tonight, but offensively and defensively they played very solid. And when you got a kid like that 48 to hand the ball to, you can't stop him. You've got to try and contain him, and that's going to be that's tough to do.
And this time he kicks it deep, and we weren't expecting that. That ball lands halfway in the end zone.
Well, I just spoke. I didn't know what their special teams could do, and he has that's 48 as well.
I think they heard you.
Yeah,
I think they heard you. I think his dad's right below the press box here. Said, "Son, kick it deep." Gave him a signal.
He just he pooched that one into the end zone. So the Red Raiders will take the field once again.
It is funny watching him even kick the ball. He doesn't do the soccer style kick like
He just punches it with a big toe.
He takes 2 steps and kicks the ball 60 yards in the air. Down in the end zone. We just do not have, we have speedy athletes. We have athletes. We don't have twice that. They have twice the athletes we have. They have clearly they have had an answer for anything we've tried to do, and they've gotten us off of our game plan here.
We're in a shotgun here, and that's the second or third time this evening the snap has been real high, and we're spreading them out here. We're put in a situation that we're not comfortable with. Obviously, yes, we do practice again the 2-minute offense. We've been practicing the last few weeks the shotgun and wildcat and different formations. But again, in this situation, it just makes it tough.
Well, and what you want to do is, all year we've played class act football. We've played tough, but we can definitely say we've been good sports on the football field.
Absolutely.
And I've seen, just to throw my Lowndes County Vikings under the bus, about 4 or 5 years ago, we had a football team that they thought were going to go all the way and went up to Grayson and got their butts handed to them and lost. And then they wanted to fight after the ball game and, all that. And I thought, how ridiculous. You're going to get your butt beat on the football field. Now you're about to get it beat off the football field, too.
Right.
And so let's just hope that we lose with some class here tonight,
That's
too.
right.
We're doing more than playing football. We're raising young men and trying to teach them a way of life. And the real truth is you're not always going to win.
That's
I don't want to talk like that. I don't want to accept that. I don't want to get used to it by any means.
But that's the truth. In the classroom, outside the classroom, I know as an instructor, that's one of the things I try to get across to my kids to let them know that, there's always somebody smarter, faster, better at whatever it is that you think you're good at, and you're going to have to be able to accept that at some point in time.
Let's take a break here. We'd like to thank C. Bennett and Johnson again. All year long they've sponsored Red Raider football. We appreciate you, C. Bennett and Johnson. We'll be back as soon as play resumes. Another big play here for our Red Raiders, just 3rd and 15. All night it seems like it's been 3rd and 15. Thrift, nobody open. He's going to scramble and get about 8 yards, gets half of it. It'll be 4-down territory. Might as well go for it at this point. 41-7, 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go.
Well, you're left in a dilemma here. Do you punt it here to just try to extend the field?
Looks like that's what they're going to do
for this offense. You would you'd hope to think at some point in time that this coach would begin putting some subs in, as they've been so dominant this evening against our defense. To kind of let off the gas, but you don't know.
This time TJ gets off a nice punt,
and it just
doesn't have much of a roll.
Just hops straight up in the air.
It's going to be down at the 45-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, and I do see some new numbers going in.
Yeah, I do too.
And not only new numbers, much smaller numbers. I think we could play with these guys. That's sad to say. It does look like he has sent in some other athletes. They have plenty to choose from here.
Well, and likewise, I'd like to maybe on our side as too, we'll get some of these other guys, these younger fellas in a state playoff game. Give them an opportunity to play against some of these, play in a state playoff game, because you never know. This is a privilege, as he talked about before the game began today. It's a privilege to be in this situation. And you just never know when the next time you're going to have the opportunity.
That's right. A lot of our seniors all year long, they've carried us, and I think it now would be a good time to start talking about them a little bit at this point. T.J. Wiley came into this program. Just to see him at the beginning of the year as he started on the football field, he was a man-child, if you will, a difference maker at kicking the football. We haven't had that kind of kicking game in a long time. You see him making a great open field tackle there. But this kid has just came in here, a transfer, if you will, and very clearly an immediate starter on the football field. And he's played a great year of football, one of the reasons why our Red Raiders are in this position here in state playoffs tonight.
And I've already mentioned Romeo Carino, who did not play last year for some personal reasons, and came out this year and was been a real vocal. He's a coach on the field. That's one of the reasons that he's back out on the field. He don't have the complete mobility. Again, he's playing with a torn ACL at middle linebacker, but he's able to help the other players prepare.
That was a 3rd down attempt there. It's going to be 4th down. They're going to kick it away to us.
You have and we start calling names.
DeJuan Merritt went out a little moment ago with a knee injury. He's been battling injuries and doing whatever it took. We nicknamed him the Tank.
The Tank.
All year. He's been toting people. He's, I think we'd have to say tonight, he's the mini version of this big guy we see here tonight.
That's the truth. You got Big Kyrie, number 60, who is he has a tremendous heart. A young man that you look at his size and strength, but he is you talk about a teddy bear. He's a great young man in the classroom, and just a good person to be around.
You mentioned special teams a moment ago, and I think the punter just put it right down on about the 3-yard line. Well, they're going to mark it at the 4.5 for us. Great punt by Screven County. Richard Crawford is another one that has been one of the hardest hitters we've seen at Bacon County.
And top to bottom, he's probably the best pure athlete we have on our team. Richard is a special individual. It's fun to watch. At any moment, he's able to take it to the house, or either on more so on defense. He's shown some impressive hits as the Red Raiders here give it off to Ronnie Peterson.
Ronnie Peterson's going to take it up to about the 13, maybe the 14. A flag comes in late. Ronnie Peterson is going to have another year here with us, but Greg Wright, number 21. It's going to be a holding call against us. That's going to be a spot foul 10 yards from the 15. It's going to put it back to about the 8-yard line. They're going to say back them up.
Greg Wright's another player who last year came out, had some difficulties off the field and missed a few games last year, and come back with us the last few games of the season. Played well, and then this year he's really worked hard, had a really good attitude. Young man that's his 6'2", 205, 250, 210, runs the 100 meters on track team, and every time you see him, he's usually smiling, and it's kind of smile to brighten your day. And as Ronnie Peterson comes back to the outside,
he stiffs arms one, and then four guys bring him out of bounds only after a huge run here. There is a flag in the back of the end zone, though. It's going to be a procedure call against our Red Raiders.
I'm not sure if Ronnie's gotten up. Excuse me. Ronnie was tackled by about three Gamecocks. They're calling their trainers over to check on him.
We can't see, surrounded by
these guys are taking a knee
Screven
around
County.
Ronnie, if Ronnie's down, he's hurt. I promise you that. Hopefully it's just not.
We're going to take a moment here. We're going to take a break. We will be back to you as soon as play resumes. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, C. Bennett and Johnson, for sponsoring Red Raider football. And let's just take a break here.
All right, we're going to come back here. They're still working, talking with Ronnie here on the sideline, trying to determine maybe what they're going to do. Not sure of the severity. We're going to continue talking about a couple of our seniors here that we don't want to miss. Deshaun Williams is a young man who came out this year, hadn't played football in 2 years. He's another gentle giant, I would say. I know this. He had the tough task of playing fullback at practice this past week. He's the closest it comes on our team to giving our team a look at what Jeremy Johnson can provide. So we're proud of him and his efforts. We've already mentioned DeJuan Merritt and Tyjon Mosby. This young man had an accident earlier in the year that kept him out a few games, but this young man comes in and out of the game, and once again, another kid with a big smile on his face all the time. Proud of all of these seniors that have helped our Red Raiders make it through this year and be successful as they get Ronnie up and are moving him across the field there. And I want to give a big thanks to our coaching staff this season. Folks, there's no one that works any harder than Bobby Johns. And he eats. You hear this expression before. Yeah. Someone that eats, sleeps, and breathes what they do. You look that up in the dictionary, and you see Bobby John's face beside it.
Well, I was even talking to him earlier in the year, about halfway through the year, and we were at a breakfast at the church, and I was trying to come up with some silly stuff for some of these seniors to just have fun with them. I think it was senior night or something, and I was coming up with ridiculous things to try to comment about them, good to see Ronnie Peterson up and across the field now.
Yeah.
But I asked Coach, I said, what do you do? Is there anything you like, or what do you do? He said, I do football. And, we go for it down here as first down. The penalty backed us all the way up. And so it's going to be a gain of a couple. It's going to be –
I think that was Richard Crawford on the carry there at fullback that time. And while you mentioned that, I want to thank publicly and on air the First Baptist Church of Alma, and Lance Wade here with me is one that sort of heads up the breakfasts that are provided for our young men every Friday morning before school. For these young men, we want to thank, and I do not have the list with me, I want to thank all of the individuals and the businesses and industry that have sponsored those breakfasts throughout this year.
Right.
That's a lot of sausage and ham and eggs that's being eaten those mornings. So I want to thank all the churches in Alma and Bacon County for providing meals for these young men, pregame meals. We want to thank them and just the overall outreach from our community for our young men as our season appears to be winding down with 2 minutes and 30 seconds, 29 counting here in the fourth quarter. It's 3rd down and 3.
These kids put it on the line every Friday night, and it's not without some pain and some obvious pain. Sometimes these players have gotten hurt. We've had some injuries this year that have really been hard to look at and hard to take.
It has. And
you mentioned Jay Jackson earlier. There's not a finer young man on our football team than Jay Jackson, and you hate to see him go down with an injury. But things we as a community, it's easy to come and rally around guys like this.
That's right.
Guys that have attitude and guys that don't lay it on the line and lay down and don't give you everything they've got. There are many lessons being learned, and it's not just X's and O's out there on the football
Absolutely
field.
Not. And I spend enough time around, and you do too, Lance, to know the amount of. And there's a nice
beautiful pass, Greg Wright.
Greg Wright for another first down. The clock will stop. We're going to get a couple more plays out of this game. But we know how hard not only the coaching staff, especially Coach Johns, Coach Angel, Coach Hartley, Coach James, Coach Peavy, Coach Owens, and Coach Woodall, as they have provided, and Coach Pooh, don't forget him, Coach Garrison, for providing not only the football knowledge, but just the knowledge of life that this game provides in all sports and athletics, and it should be taught. As we get a toss sweep here to Darrell Green, number 3.
And he's going to get about a 5-yard gain on the play, 1 minute and 20 seconds. Any coach that coaches football and really any other any other sport, all these coaches, it is a calling. We've talked about this before. And they put, countless hours. If they got paid by the hour, it'd probably be about 50 cents an hour or something.
That's the truth.
They do it because they love it, and they do it because they love these young men and young women as they coach them and trying to make a difference in their lives. These Raiders have put it all on the field night in and night out, and none more so than Matt Thrift, who just dumped off one more pass to Greg Wright for another first down.
Clock will stop, 45 seconds left. We're going to get a couple more plays once again out of this game. I want to thank our Red Raiders Touchdown Club or Booster Club for once again another fantastic year of fundraising and the support from individuals that some of these are supporters. And I encourage you to go to our website. Go to our website at www. And we have another little pass out to the right. He's going to get out of bounds.
Get out of bounds, and
that's the T.J. Wiley.
Stop the clock with 21.6 seconds.
www.bcraidersfootball.com, and you can see all of the sponsors from platinum to gold to silver to individual memberships of all the people that's not only gave their money but gave of their time and provided things like uniforms and cleats and equipment and other things that make a football program successful. Clock runs at 20 seconds now. Probably
this could be the last
play of the Bacon County Red Raiders season, and Matt Thrift's and that's a senior. We have not, and he gets out of bounds. We're going to get another play there. We did not mention Matt Thrift, our senior quarterback, who has run the option beautifully these last 2 years. We hope that Matt gets an opportunity, and others as well, to play at the next level. Coach Johns doesn't have enough to say about this young man. It's the first quarterback he's ever coached that he had given him complete control of the offense, and so proud of this young man and what he's been able to accomplish here in the last 2 years.
And we had a 5-yard penalty there. We had men going early. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. 8.4 seconds to go in this ball game, and I think I'd be remiss if I didn't mention my partner who's been doing this all year with me, Travis Peavy.
That's right. At
Alma Church of God, pastor. He's quite an emotional roller coaster there with me night in and night out. I appreciate you, Rev, and I appreciate the year that we've had together.
Matt
Alma Church of God
takes a snap, throws the ball,
and it's going to fall short.
That's going to give us one more play.
They're wanting to wind the clock. They're just not able to. 4th down. 3.4 seconds to go in this ball game.
Brother Peavy had a wedding he had planned this afternoon.
That's right.
Planning that we would be playing football last night. He had told the couple that he would not be at the rehearsal dinner. He would be at the football game. But, due to the circumstances, he had those obligations. And he is home watching us now. I hope he's watching and listening and knowing how we appreciated him, and as I have appreciated Lance and him doing this for us as we broadcast to you live and on demand on the GHSA network.
And this will be the last play of Red Raider football. We swing pass out to Greg Wright, who's going to try to take it. He mumbles it. He's going to just go down now, and they're going to blow the whistle, and that's going to end the 2012 Bacon County Red Raider football season. We fall short of the goal, the prize that we had set out to do, and it's a good sight to see White Hat out there talking with Thrift, encouraging him, slapping him on the helmet. Matt Thrift has just taken his last snap as a Red Raider quarterback. That's going to end the ball game here tonight in Sylvania, Georgia. It's 41-7. We'd like to thank every player and every parent who put up with all this all year long. Thank you for the ride. Thank you, Bacon County Red Raiders.
All right, we want to thank you again for joining us here, Raider Nation, and those of you that have watched across the state. I hope we have done this justice, at least myself, who is not necessarily accustomed to calling a ball game. I know Lance is the pro, but this is the post-game show sponsored by Southeast Propane, Flash Foods, and Cohen's of Alma. Very emotional time now, I know, for our Red Raiders as this season comes to an end here abruptly in Screven County by a score of 41-7. I'm at the score. Were we just guaranteeing a victory? No, but we were expecting to come in here and win the ball game like we expect to win every ball game, and any team with any salt will do the same. We felt like we were capable of playing with this team. We just got beat tonight by a good opponent, we kind of got knocked back on our heels, get going down 20-7, and just never really could recover from that, Lance.
Yeah, we just many times this year we've played region games, and some of those games we lost. We can say we should have won. This game here tonight, we should have lost. We just were not the best team on the football field. It wasn't coaches' decisions. It wasn't players' decisions. We would not have won this ball game here tonight without a bunch of miracles and Screven County giving us the ball game.
Yeah,
hands down, they were the better football team.
They did play the best ball tonight, no doubt about it. You don't like as a senior, I'm sure they don't want to. That's going to put a bad taste in their mouth. The way you go out. We got whipped pretty good last year in the first round, and we got whipped pretty good here tonight. And it's just, again, everything, all good things come to an end. But we got beat tonight, and like you just said it, and by a pretty good, really good Screven County team.
And if you're a head coach, let me interrupt. Sorry about that. If you're a head coach, you don't like it. By no means, but you use this as an opportunity next year when it comes football. You get your team together and you bring up this game right here to start the season, and you say, okay, now what are we going to do to change it? You use this as a building opportunity. This is back-to-back playoff years for the Red Raiders. Not what we wanted by any means, but a level of success that we can easily grow accustomed to and start taking for granted.
Here at Bacon County, we haven't experienced a lot of success over the last a long time. It's not about the previous coach's tenure. It's about a history of.
I don't know that we've ever experienced.
No,
I've just come on here in the last decade.
A handful of years that we've experienced some where we're competitive. We come in knowing that we have an opportunity to win. And that's where we want to be. That's where we're at, and obviously we want to take that next step. And we hope we could have done that tonight, but we weren't able to do that. But once again, folks, before we close out here, I want to thank Lance Wade, and I want to mention my young men here with me from the high school in our broadcasting program: Solomon Tillman, DT Christmas, and Carter Lee, as they have helped make this broadcast a success. From all of you around the world, Shane Bennett, if you're still listening in. I want to thank Shane for his work, not only as a booster and as a supporter of Bacon County football, but I want to thank everybody that's had a hand in this season as we close it out. The football. Lance, any final words from you? You started this thing out. I'm just the right-hand man here.
I just I hate that it's over. It's over. You kind of say it's over and you move on. Thank you, all the seniors that have put the blood, sweat, and tears into this thing, and pray that you can slap those juniors and sophomores on the tail and say, now go get after it and still be a part. Just as some of the seniors I've seen in the stands this year, the Cody Mercers and some of those guys and Dylan Tillmans, you just pray that they can kind of keep it going and keep the mojo, if you will, lit up on Friday nights back home and turn this thing around to where we keep expecting that we're going to win playoff games. If you don't expect it, you ain't going to get it. And so part of the deal is to expect to win playoff games. We just got to put ourselves in a little better position. I just love watching Red Raider football, and I pray that our guys will have another good year next year.
Well, we're signing off for the 2012 football season. Thank you, Lance, again on behalf of myself
God bless
and
you,
my
buddy.
staff at school. And thank you, Raider Nation, for making this a successful season. See you next year.